Yes, welcome to the SOCCACHAT Premier League preview show where we talk about a sample of the big games in the Premier League and look forward to those games by predicting what is going to be the outcome of those particular games. We look at, first of all, for this match week, Burnley versus Chelsea, which is going to be the earliest kickoff of the round. Chelsea are traveling to Burnley on the back of some good form. They have some of their strikers back. They have Joao Pedro is back. They have Liam Delap back. But unfortunately, for the broken toe of Cole Palmer, they're not going to have him back. He is going to be away for a couple more weeks. So that's a setback for Chelsea. But they should have enough to travel to Burnley and stick a claim for the 3 points. Burnley are stubborn at home. Their most effective displays have been at home. They are stubborn, they are well organized, and they make things difficult for anybody who goes there. I think so far it's only the top teams, Arsenal, Man City, who have managed to take all 3 points away at Burnley. So that tells you they are a very solid side at home. Nonetheless, Chelsea should carry some momentum, and with their strikers, Liam Delap and Joao Pedro back, they should be able to get over the line at Burnley and take all the 3 points despite the stubbornness of the opposition. So I scored this Chelsea win. This should be maybe a 2-1 for Chelsea. And if that happens, that will make it 3 wins in a row for Enzo Maresca's side, and that should please them. Then we look at Liverpool. Liverpool are hosting Nottingham Forest. Liverpool are still wobbly. I mean, and I think that they still haven't come out of the woods yet after that dismal run of displays. Although they came back, won against Real Madrid and all that, but Liverpool still, in my eyes, are wobbly, and I don't think they've they've gotten their act together following those dismal displays. Nottingham Forest themselves are on a poor run of form, and this season has been terrible for them. They've sacked managers, they've brought in new ones. Sean Dyche is currently at the helm after coming in at the tail end of October, so he's still trying to find a winning formula for his current charges. That said, I think Liverpool should get this over the line. Liverpool should win this comfortably because it's going to be at Anfield, and Nottingham Forest themselves are not in a good state of. They are not in any good shape. I mean, Sean Dyche, you can trust. He will do a good job if he's given time at the City ground, but this one must have come too early for them, and I expect Liverpool with Isaac back, who needs to desperately justify the price tag on him and the prolonged saga that characterized his transfer to Liverpool. He's still yet to pay his dues, and he should be desperate to get off the mark in this fixture if he happens to start this game. So I expect Liverpool to take all 3 points at Anfield on in this tie. We look at Newcastle, Man City, and Man City. It's interesting how they've quietly and assuredly moved. I mean, shaking off their wobbly or shaky start to the season to quietly sneak into the top positions in the league. They are currently second, 4 points behind us now. After all those problems they had at the beginning of the season, and it's interesting, they are playing some good football and they have their confidence back. Newcastle themselves, they are stubborn at home, but they've also had a very poor run of games in the last couple of outings. They, I think, barely put three past them. West Ham also put three past them in very dismal, atrocious displays by the house team. But at home, at St. James's Park, they are a different kettle of fish, and I believe Man City would have to sweat this one out if they are to take maximum points. I believe Newcastle will give them more than a game. So Pep Guardiola's team need to be as solid as possible in this one and make sure they are professional and stick to their tactics to be able to make take all the 3 points at St. James's Park. So this is quite close to call. I mean, because it's at St. James's Park, but Man City should have enough to beat Newcastle. So maybe a slim win for Man City, a 2-1 or 1-0 should get Pep Guardiola's team all the 3 points in this fixture. Then the big one, I think this week we have on Sunday the North London Derby, and Arsenal are I mean, despite that, blip against Sunderland in the last outing, should welcome Tottenham in good spirits and should be looking to bounce back into winning ways on Derby Day. Tottenham themselves, they are good, but I think I've been very disappointed with their attacking line this season. Kudus has been their major spark, but aside him in attack, they have missed. I mean, their attackers have been quite indifferent. So you talk of Richarlison, for instance, he's been sometimes he mostly halves and puffs and blows hot and cold, comes in, scores. In a couple of games, and then goes on the quiet for another string of games, and then comes in again. So very inconsistent. When it comes to the Tottenham front line. Arsenal are solid defensively. They are mean and they don't concede. So far they've conceded just a few goals, just five goals. And Tottenham themselves have let in a few goals. That said, despite the disappointing and inconsistent displays by the Tottenham frontline, as I've pointed out, Tottenham themselves are. They are scoring side. So far, I think it's only the top three teams, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, who have scored more goals than Tottenham. So despite their indifferent attack, they still carry a genuine goal threat. So Arsenal will need to be mindful in this fixture. That's especially on the back of Gabriel's imminent absence. Although you expect that Mosquera would come in and still fill in and do a good job without any trouble. So Arsenal, despite that, will need to be very wary of Tottenham because they can score from wherever. Having said that, Arsenal should have enough to beat Tottenham. They are solid. They have the best attack in the game, and the game is going to come off at the Emirates. So I will expect an Arsenal win here. Maybe a 3-1 should be something that will please Mikel Arteta. If they concede one in getting all the 3 points in the London Derby, despite it being at the Emirates, I think Arsenal fans and Arteta will be pleased with such a result. So that should be a good day for Arsenal once that happens. Let's quickly look at some games in La Liga. So Real Madrid are coming up against Elche. Elche are playing at home and they are a very solid team at home, despite the fact that they are across the board not too strong, too strong a side. They've picked up most of their points at home. They've not looks like they haven't really lost any game at home. But if Real Madrid are visiting, you have a different kind of test, and I believe this is the weekend that they are going to find that out. Despite Xabi Alonso's men also being very inconsistent and having been poor in the last couple of games, if I should say, they lost very timidly to Liverpool, and also they played a very insipid 0-0 draw the last time out against Rayo Vallecano. So the international break must have been a welcome, respite for them to get their mojo back, get their act together, and rejig the whole team and rethink their approach to games as the match day resumes. So Xabi Alonso should have done his homework with the squad by now, and I expect them to pick the 3 points in this one. Barcelona are facing off against Athletic Bilbao, but this should be water in the dust bag for Barcelona, because in the last 5 or so outings, Athletic Bilbao have only taken maximum points against Barcelona just once, and this is going to come at the Camp Nou, refurbished and revamped Camp Nou. So Barcelona should be in high spirits and full of confidence and go into the game with full momentum to take all 3 points from Athletic Bilbao. Athletic Bilbao are going to be imminently without the Williams brothers, and so their attack is going to go into this game very thin in terms of any threat. So Barcelona should win this comfortably, and this could be maybe a 3-0 for Hansi Flick's team, and that should please him if that happens. So that's our preview for this week. For this weekend, we've looked at the La Liga and the Premier League. Let us know in the comments what you think about the predictions and what your own predictions are, and we'll catch you in the next episode.